him.
That's just rubbing salt in the wound there, I think, if you lose.
But it looks like we're off. Immediately, these two players going somewhere different. Chris getting a heart container. I can't see. I did not see what Slim went because it just happened so quickly.
Yep, Slim is setting up the Houlihan room strat. Houlihan, of course, allows you to get 225 rupees right off the bat. Lends itself to some consistency that you don't normally see in Randomizer. Meanwhile, Christos is going to be checking kind of a more traditional open mode, and we get 20 rupes for the tree pull. That's nice.
That's an awesome tree pull. That's something you really want to say.
Yeah, rupees, 20 rupees or bombs would be the preferred either way, but I think they're both happy with that. And an early sword.
Oh, man. Almost vanilla. So
Almost.
close.
One room over. I think he's fine with it.
Uncle threw it into that chest over there. Slim pulling off the Houlihan room incredibly well. Easy enough. Grabbing all the money in the world. Meanwhile, Uncle not really having too much. Just a little upgrade. Chris took advantage of that tree pull again. Very smart of him.
Absolutely. And of course, using the sword, that makes the escape process a whole lot easier. So he's going to do escape before going to Kakariko. So we're going to see Slim doing Kakariko while ChristosOwen will be doing the part of escape. This is very heads up routing decision by Christos, knowing that he can do this right away.
Open mode, what?
I didn't hear anything.
No. It's clearly a standard seed.
I saw rain.
Slim here is going to be farming out the bombs. Unfortunately, not getting too lucky. Each of those bushes has a 50-50 chance of dropping a bomb. We'll see if maybe he gets lucky this time. Getting one. Not another. He might just decide to roll with this one. Maybe check out that bomb shed and farm a couple more.
What? Christos gets boots? What?
Oh. He's fast. He's fast as heck. He's running. Wow, that is insanely good for Chris. Escape has been loaded so far.
I mean, sword,
and
boots, powder. Oh, come on.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Slim. The gods are aligned against you at this point in time. You just made the wrong gamble, unfortunately. So Christos getting all the value. Slim, meanwhile, does pick up the keys. Did not check this beforehand, so we'll see if it's trash or not.
Mire, that's pretty trashy.
It's trash.
Not something we want to see. Mire's one of those dungeons where you don't need a small key to beat it. There's enough kind of laying around in the world that will get you through the dungeon. Getting a big key on Chris's end to Mire. So that's a little more important.
Little bit. I don't know if I'd be that happy to see it right now.
No, it doesn't get us anywhere, but, you know, ease of mind later.
All right, so we see SlimKirby just now entering Kakariko, and with those boots, Christos is already on his way to Kakariko as well. Silvers from SlimKirby.
Nice. That's easy mode Ganon activated. Don't need to worry about that later. That's definitely something both of them will find. But yeah, This is the bomb shed I was talking about earlier. So we'll be able to farm up a couple more while saving his rupees so he doesn't have to buy more.
Yeah, that's interesting that he went ahead and decided that he's going to farm up bombs as opposed to going ahead and buying them from Houlihan. He does not know what the tree pull is yet, so if he did, he probably would go ahead and opt to just spend the money, but he doesn't.
Yeah, saving it up, you never know. Chris with the boots is deciding to check Lumberjack. Good play on his part. I did not even see what that was.
I didn't either.
It looked like nothing. I saw nothing.
It was on the edge right there at Chris's screen.
Slim taking a little peek into Chicken Hut. We'll see what Lost Woods on Chris's end has to offer us. Just 20 rupees and a compass. Chris taking advantage of that rupee pull again. Pretty much
using that, isn't he?
Yeah, he is pretty much caught up to where Slim is rupee-wise, which is crazy. We're finding a map on Chris's end to Eastern Palace. We'll be able to check that as soon as he gets out of this cave here. Or not.
I don't think he's going to check to see unless he needs to make a routing decision. that tells me that he knows exactly where he wants to go at this point in time. And he's not going to change his routing unless something drastic happens.
Slim finding key only to GT, another pointless key that we don't really want to see right now.
And so Kakariko has been, other than Silver, has been pretty nothing, hasn't it?
Yeah. Not a whole lot. We still have Blind's Hut, so there's time for it to come in clutch. Chris, with his infinite rupees, gonna go buy some bombs. He doesn't have a bomb to spend to get into the bomb hut, so...
I mean, that's fair. He's been abusing that bomb hut, the rupees for a while. Oh!
Oh, baby! See? There it is! There it is! It's Blind's Hut! A map of Swamp Palace. And a key to Hera. That's awesome.
No.
As soon as we get a fire source, that'll be a lot more helpful. And another map to Mire.
See, between the big key to Mire and the small key to Mire, and getting the cane, and the boots,
it's pointing at Mire.
It's
already,
pointing
which is
real
crazy.
heavy.
Slim gonna maybe making his way up to the Lost Woods. Meanwhile, Chris is gonna be clearing out all the stuff that we've already seen on Slim's end.
Man, I'm really hoping that Slim makes a dive up to the escape area. A lot of runners wait until they have a consistent weapon to be able to do that, but that's where the weapon is. And the longer Slim waits, the more ChristosOwen is going to be able to use those boots to get an even bigger and bigger advantage.
That's why I'm a fan of checking Uncle's hallway, because you never know when something like Samaria or a bunch of bombs, especially with those guards there, you can even farm bomb drops. So that's why I'm a big fan of going into that hallway, because there's a chance where you can, you know, be able to clear out escape while you're already over there.
Yeah, it's a gamble either way, and it's definitely paid off in spades for Christos. Meanwhile, we see Slim looks like he's going over to check that lumberjack cave. There have been a lot of runners, and I'm one of them, that have been just absolutely trolled by that lumberjack cave, but Slim's not going for it.
I think he's going to wait until he himself has boots, so I would assume after escape he will check it. A lot of runners do opt to do that, since they can't really, I mean, especially in Keysanity, where the chances of being able to get to Lumberjack are a lot harder than in just a regular open mode. They at least wait until boots, where they can get that item to even check what it is.
Absolutely. So we see Christos here. I will imagine that Christos will probably grab that Misery Mire small key, even though it's not required, because it just looks like a key to him.
Exactly.
Slim is making this call, so we will see Slim get there, and I wonder if he's going to feel worried right away.
Yeah, knowing that Chris probably immediately went over to escape.
Christos really does have kind of the same routing every single time, unless something directs him in one way or the other. His Sphere Zero routing is just identical in that time. So he probably knows that Christos went here, and he probably knows Christos already did the escape path. So as soon as he finds those boots, he's going to know he's behind.
All right, we'll see where Chris goes next. I would assume he might head over either to South Shore, maybe even Eastern. Probably South Shore, though. Yeah. With that Moon Pearl in hand, he might be able to sequence break, do some water walking, get into the waterfall cave. So this is a good play on his end.
Absolutely. And shout out to Kibble in chat. They went over to Christos' personal stream and clipped it. The Lumberjack Ledge is the book.
Oh. Ooh, meanwhile, also finding in the dam a ice rod.
You know, you hope that, okay, the runners are hoping they don't need that. We're hoping it's required and they have to get it and go on a fetch quest forever.
Oh, it would be way more fun if they just couldn't find it and they needed it.
I mean, whatever works.
Ooh, oh my gosh, damn, having all the value. Finding a glove, a very soggy glove. It's probably not comfortable to wear.
You gotta kind of let it dry out, air out a little bit.
Yeah, he won't be using it for a while, so he'll have time to dry.
Meanwhile, the new hype cave, Mini Moldorm.
with the sword. Takes quick work, a 4 bomb drop, which is nice, but Chris is like, nah, I don't need that.
I think he'd rather have that full magic pot with the
Yeah.
Maria. Blue mail.
Thieves Town map. The lamp? Oh, no. Seeing lamp early makes you start thinking. Especially with those boots, too.
Yeah, lamp early means all the dark room access is already there. So lamp's one of those things that you need in order to clear out Mire. I keep on thinking back to that Mire big key and Mire small key in Sphere 0, and I get nervous.
Exactly. Although we still need a flute and a Titan's Mitt to even get over there, so...
Hey, 2 items and you're already on, what, the 6th or dungeon in the game? Or almost the last one?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Hookshot and Ice Rod Cave. South Shore is absolutely loaded. I don't know. Back to the Mire thing, though. Going in there with just a tempered sword, no bow. Looks like Chris is setting up a water walk here.
Does look like he is, absolutely. I can imagine before too long, Christos might also be heading up to Death Mountain. We have the lift upgrade, the lamp, and absolutely the hook shot to go ahead and get over. That points Death Mountain is our next location of massive value to me.
Exactly, and it's all in the logic. Chris not opting to check out Hobo or even the what's on the island. I assume because he did set up that water walk, but
well, and that's interesting because you can kind of route the hobo in a little bit later in the game at certain points, especially if it's within logic. Christos took the death. He got lucky there. He almost died.
Yeah, unfortunately, the water walk not coming in helpful there.
Here could be where Slim makes up some time at Agina's cave, and just a big 20.
Well, he has enough to go visit Zora now, though, so maybe he'll, when he does his fake flipper sequence, he'll be able to get something from Zora. Maybe that has something useful. But yeah, the seed is definitely pointing towards Death Mountain right now, which Chris is absolutely picking up on.
Yep, and you can see how much getting those early boots made up for ChristosOwen. Slim is not a poor runner in any capacity, but we say Christos has already cleared out everything that Slim has already done and is, a good 2-3 minutes ahead of him. That's the difference the boots makes that early for Christos.
Slim picking up his ice rod and about to get his gloves as well. Meanwhile, we're going to see what our boy, the old man, has. A key to pod. That's helpful eventually.
Yeah, hey, our first pod key, you might as well start collecting them.
Exactly. There's 6 of them in the game. You can get through it with just 4. But depending on, if runners, of course, Chris and I would assume Slim knows how to do the hammer jump. If they have bow, they'll be able to skip that first door. So that's where the 4 keys comes into play. There's another key in Spectacle Rock. Chris sees it and he's absolutely going to grab it.
Yeah, it's difficult to risk whenever you see a key passing it up, even though there are a ton of keys that are absolutely worthless. You can't justify it to yourself.
It could be that swamp key that you need, or may need. It's another pod key.
Another pod key. So we're at 2 of the 6, a third of the way already through our pod keys.
Slim gonna get his value out of this cave.
The question becomes, will he head over to that ice rod cave, which had our hook shot?
I would hope so. I would really, really hope so.
So would I. I mean, the ice rod cave is one of those locations that it's difficult to route in, but when
if you don't do it,
yeah,
exactly. If you don't do it, and when you have boots, it's just you have to go over there. And this is honestly one of the better times until you at least get flute.
Here comes Christos. And in Paradox Cave so far, not a whole lot, but we still have 5 more treasure chests.
Yeah, but if there's nothing up here, it means that all of that was kind of a red herring. We didn't get too much over here.
Oh man, that was a nice setup for Christos, getting all three in one spin slash.
Yeah, very, very well execution there. Oh, what's in this last chest? Yep, Death Mountain was absolutely, unless there's something in Spiral Cave, a hoax. There was nothing here, really.
Kirby is opting to do the full kind of routing here. He's going to go up and get the hobo. Meanwhile, we see ChristosOwen setting everything else up. Is redoing his bomb jump. Wow.
This could potentially pay off for Slim.
It could. Drum roll, please.
Nope, not really. But there's still Zora. He may come in clutch for Slim here. That Houlihan play clearly made a difference here.
Yep, it's one of those. That's why I like the Houlihan plays, because if you try to route in Zora early, all you need is a little bit of luck in terms of rupees, and you can make it early. If you don't do Houlihan, then it can backfire. Uh-oh. Big key to Thieves Town. Christos pulls the big key to Thieves Town from the Spiral Cave, and he's only either a Titan's Mitt or a hammer away from being able to do Thieves Town in its entirety.
Unfortunately, it wasn't the progression we're looking for, so it looks like Eastern is going to be the progression here. Or it still may be Zora and play off heavily in favor for Slim.
Yes, Zora is in logic with those mitts, so Slim just took a bit of a shortcut to make it a little bit easier to get to and can wrap some other things. Skull Woods is our green pendant, as Christos discovers from talking with Sriracha here.
There's another sword. Oh man, we are.
Oh no!
That we're one castle key away from having an Aga seed. That's what I was concerned about. Having all the boots and the book being there. Slim getting a red mail, not required, but potentially helpful, I guess.
It's nice, not thrilling, but nice.
Oh man, I'm having a bad feeling about this.
We are one castle tower key away from being able to do Aga. Ooh, this is getting exciting.
I mean, having that book up there already was a bad omen. Now this is just screaming in your face. Go to Aga!
If you were these runners, would you go ahead and do Aga as soon as you could, knowing that the book was there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If I had everything I needed, I would be surprised if it didn't lead to something. Also, just for that Dark World access. Right now, we don't have a hammer or another glove. If I found another castle tower key, I would run up there as fast as I could.
Well, and the only thing that, I mean, if Christos doesn't find it here, okay, I about jinxed myself for whatever reason. If he doesn't find anything in Eastern, we still have the back end of Escape to go ahead and do that is in logic, including the sewer part and the back end.
That is
part.
true.
But that's it. I mean, if we find no progression at that point in time, we gotta climb Aga's Tower.
We could also find something in the first two chests. We wouldn't even have to necessarily beat Aga at that point if there's some progression in those first two chests.
Don't be a wet blanket. Clearly, the people want to see an Aga seed.
I mean, I do too.
Oh, and chat's pointing out something super trolly. How about a Castle Tower key in Castle Tower? So you're climbing it thinking, hey, all I have to do is get whatever's in here, and that's my progression. And it says, nah.
Nope. Go fight the wizard. Well, already this has been a very interesting seed. I say that about a lot of Keysanity seeds, but I truly mean it for this one as well.
Well, I don't think there's ever an uninteresting Keysanity seed. We kind of had lots of items heaped on to us. Kakariko was an absolute dud, but man, Escape is where all the value was. Oh!
There's a hammer. That is good for Christos. He now has Dark World access. saying see you later to that Aga ordeal.
Yeah, with all that, our Aga hype just dead. Well, okay, not dead. Book may still be required.
But it's you have to sigh a sigh of relief. Just whew, dodged a bullet, dodged the Aga hurdle.
I mean, it's absolutely nice. Christos is going to go ahead and check out the back end of Escape while he can, since it's right here. No reason not to.
Has he checked out the Bonk Rock yet? He must have.
Yes, he did check out Bonk Rocks. I think it was, I mean, he did it in one of his save quits. I mean, it's Christos, so you blink and you miss whatever he does.
Very true. I would assume he's on his way to the sewer chest at this point. Or Dark World. Yeah, he did get that hammer. Already forgot. It happened like 3 seconds ago.
It's all right. We all forget. And Christos is going to open up with Dark World access, and he's going to go with the cave formerly known as Hype Cave. This has been kind of an interesting conversation. Hype Cave got its name because back in the spring tournament last year, it just always had something of value. But recently, it's been kind of not.
Back in the spring tournament, we were on, V18, V17, V16, one of those. And really, all you had to do to beat the seed was check all the overworld. That was the main thing. So Hype Cave, with having a bunch of chests, 5 locations, was a very hot spot.
Yeah, and this turn, it was just a Valentine's Day cave. Nothing but money and half hearts.
Sounds exactly like Valentine's Day. Happy late Valentine's Day, everyone.
The good news is that Christos did get enough cash to be able to go check Zora at some point in time.
Yeah, but all he'll find is a red mail. For Chris, not particularly something that he's going to want to see. We do, however, get a map to... Oh, boo.
G-Tower.
To nothing.
That's the most important map ever. What are you talking about?
I would have never been able to find it otherwise. Thank goodness we found it.
Christos can certainly breathe a sigh of relief now. Meanwhile, Christos is going to check the digging game, so we'll see shovel from digging. Come on, shovel from digging.
Let's see how many digs this is going to take. I feel like lately you just have to dig forever to get anything. I miss the days where you would just dig one. Oh, there it is. Another piece of heart. Piece of heart? Heart piece?
Piece of heart piece. I mean, it's alright, yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same thing, but...
and
while Slim grabbing his big key to Thieves Town, I would assume that he would be on his way to Eastern now, or maybe Back of Escape.
No, yeah, he looks like he's doing Back of Escape, yep, which isn't anything.
No, but he's slowly running out of options, so it will eventually lead him over to Eastern. That's kind of the good thing about having a decent amount of progression in the light world, is you just kind of run out of options eventually.
Eventually, and then you get the Mire, and there are options that are on the other side of the map from one another.
Yeah, right.
And Christos, Batcave.
All right, here we go. Batcave. What we got?
Pow, splat, thwack.
Oh, that was definitely a thwack in the face.
A little bit. Look at this. I mean, we are 24 minutes into the seed. Christos is already at 11 hearts. What kind of healthy seed is this giving us? Willard, re-roll this.
Slim gonna be picking up his Master Sword and key to Castle Tower. Probably having some thoughts of Castle Tower on his mind, getting a little concerned, but we know he has nothing to worry about.
Well, if all you do is look at the back of Sahasrara and then don't go to Escape, you would absolutely be very worried about Aga. So I'm glad to see him go to Eastern. knowing that everything there is in logic, except for, of course, the big treasure chest and what's on the Armos Knights. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't have Dark World access. We know that's where the hammer is.
Going to be taking a peek into Skullwoods. We know that it's just a green pendant. We don't have a fire rod to finish it up completely, but we can check a couple chests in here.
It always seems like there's something important somewhere in Skullwoods. And Desert Palace Big Key, okay.
Get there yet? Especially because we know exactly where the book is. And we don't have any of... We're missing 3 things to get over the other way. Back entrance of Desert, so we're far way away from using that.
We say far away, and then it's going to happen like all 3 of those things are going to be in Thieves Town.
Yeah, all these chests. What do you think the next item of progression we're going to get is? I'm trying to think right now of where the seed is trying to lead us. It could be anything.
It could be anything. It's going to be one of 2 things. I really think the next item of progression that we're going to get, it will either be the mitts or the mirror. We have Dark World access, so the mirror would give us a lot of those overworld one-off spots that is just nasty. Oh! Although Christos may just found the big key to Eastern.
He did. He can't complete it without the bow, but that is one more chest in Eastern that he could check, which is kind of not great. It's always annoying when you can't finish the dungeon, but there's one more chest in there, and you're like, well, could that be it? Could that be the progression I'm looking for?
I mean, it could be.
Exactly. It's like Chris is going to check out the bumper cave here very quickly.
And Slim is going to go ahead and take a Death Warp. I wonder what that means he's going to. Oh, he's going to go right to Pod, maybe?
Yeah, he has everything. Oh.
Where are you going, Slim?
I don't know. Meanwhile, Chris found a key on Bumper Cave. I'm a firm believer that seeing keys up in spots that are obnoxious to get to is always a bad sign. It's scary because you're like, oh gosh, could I need that? Then you have to remember.
Yeah, especially when you have to route back. Meanwhile, Christos also finds the small key to Desert Palace in the C-shaped house.
Oh,
so
man.
That's another spot opened up that's saying, hey, if you want into Desert, go get the book.
Yeah, but they have to get another Castle Tower key. As soon as they get that other Castle Tower key, oh man, I feel like getting that book would be a very smart move.
Certainly feels like it at this point in time, but we never know. I mean, it could be a giant red herring.
Yeah, Death Mountain was earlier, so I would not put it past this seed.
Meanwhile, Christos is going into Thieves Town. Now, he does have the big key here. Both of our runners do, so we'll be go ahead and finish this entire thing up. Oh!
Ooh, getting the key. The one and only Swamp Palace key. Without the flippers, doesn't do too much, and the mirror can't even get in there, but key is found.
It's one more thing to check off the list of, hey, I can get these extra 12 treasure chests that are in Swamp.
Exactly. But yeah, like you were saying, he can check everything except for the big chest in Thieves Town. While he does have the big key, we need that one small key just to get in that door.
I'm hoping vanilla. I'm hoping there's a vanilla key somewhere in here, just because.
I would believe it. Every Keysanity seed I've either watched or played, there's been one vanilla key. Oh, man. Finding that Skullwood's big key in here, so he might decide to just quickly go back in there.
I can see it.
That out real fast. He's right here. Kind of sucks because he didn't really find anything in Skull. So if he came here first, he would have been able to check that out while he was here the first time. Well, he was there the first time. Excuse me.
All right, so we see Christos. Ladies and gentlemen, ChristosOwen is about to handle the Thieves Town Hellway. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you handle the Hellway like a pro.
Oh my gosh. Get in that goddamn
That's
hole.
disgusting.
I hate it. I've never been able to do it. It's awful.
I
get
hate you,
bounced
Christos.
around. I get hit by everything and everyone and its mother and its mother's kitchen sink. Just, it's awful. I hate that room. Gosh dang it.
That's why, you know,
So-
he's always in the ends here.
You too can do that too if you've played like a billion hours of this game.
That's just disgusting. All right, so SlimKirby saving and quitting after the digging game, much like ChristosOwen did. So we will see him make his way over to, you guessed it, to the Dark World in the Village of Outcasts. Interesting. Slim seems to be almost following the exact routing that Christos did. He's taking time
Exactly.
before going into the Village of Outcasts, stop and get Batcave. It's not that Slim's routing is bad. He's just a little bit slower at doing it in terms of the execution. And that's not what SlimKirby wants to do. He knows he has to make gambles and do some extra checks and hope he gets a little bit lucky with some of these unconventional routing decisions. Because if it comes down to an execution race, it's all Christos.
Yeah, it's just funny enough that those same choices are the ones that Chris has already made.
I know.
Meanwhile, Chris is already at the blind fight, taking him down like nothing, hammering his face in. Blind didn't stand a chance, only rewarding him with a heart piece. Thieves Town also not really having anything.
No, it's unfortunate. I mean, it's a crystal, so it's nice. You need to do it anyway.
First crystal, 30 minutes in for Keysanity. Solid. Very, very, very solid. Makes me wonder what's next. I mean, we could dip pod. We have 2 pod keys. It's kind of a pain, but we could.
It is kind of a pain. We see Christos. Looks like he's going back to get that Skullwood's big treasure chest. I mean, this could be progression.
Yeah, it's a very quick check. We'll see what it is. A key!
Castle Tower! There it is!
I knew it. This is the second Keysanity match in a row that I've commentated where it's an Aga seed. I'm sorry? And also, you're welcome?
What can I say except you're welcome?
Oh, man. All of that. 33 minutes in, you get Dark World access, and it's like, hey, go beat the guy. He needs to get his butt kicked. Do it. Unbelievable. So we're going to be defeating Agahnim. Before that, though, Chris is going to go check the Dark Sewer chest.
I mean, this is a good check. I've seen a lot of
absolutely.
people make this check, so it's not bad. I mean, you could, you know, if Titan's Mitts is here, you go, oh, wait.
Never mind. Bye again. Just get saved quickly. Sewer chest is notorious for owning me. I just, for some reason, can never seem to come back and route it. Not this time, though.
Nope. Got it right there. We'll see. Christos is saving and quitting and go ahead. It would have been probably a little bit inefficient to do a death warp at that point in time, just because he has blue mail and a ton of hearts. And
Bunch of hearts, exactly. So this is probably a little quicker. Oh, he's changing his mind?
what?
What'd you figure out, Chris? Oh, Hera. He has hammer.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
I mean, yeah, but Aga! Wait!
Christos, come back.
Oh, wait, I was ready! No!
I curse
There's
you,
no-
Christos.
There's nothing in Hera. There's nothing in Hera, clearly. Except there might be everything.
There might be everything. Wouldn't that be something if Aga was just a complete troll? Oh, Christos, why you disappoint me?
I would have 100% taken that bait. I mean, to be fair, though, we have everything we need. That doesn't happen often. I feel like if they hand it to you, you have to take it.
Oh, absolutely. When it's in this kind of logic at this point in time, I feel like the seat is just like explicitly, you know, like an airport employee on the tarmac, just flagging you in. It's like, kill this guy, please.
Yeah. Dang. All right. I mean, he can't complete it. He doesn't have the big key, but it's a worthy check. But I mean, if he had that book, he could check Ether Tablet. I mean, come on.
He did get the basement key, so he does have one more check. This could be SlimKirby's chance to catch up, because this is a long time, and if Slim feels the seat out and knows that that's where he needs to go, it could be a big time saver there for SlimKirby. We'll see.
Oh, man. It all comes down to this one chest. I don't know, it's just... With that book... On Lumberjack, like, if it was something lame, like an arrow upgrade or something, I'd have been like, alright, I don't think I really need to do Aga right now. But since it's the book, and you have everything you need to complete Desert Palace, I don't know. I feel like I would just do it.
Yeah!
Yep.
Get trolled, Chris!
And unfortunately, it didn't pay off for Chris. I wasn't against him, but, I mean...
Oh, I was. I don't care.
Alright. Chris is deciding to not save and quit. The only thing I can think of would be Spike Cave.
I mean, he has 12 hearts, no bottles, no invincibility items, so it's not really in logic at this point in time, but he can do it.
I think he's trying to make this justifiable going up here. Oh, I know what he's doing. He has the hook shot. And, oh, my goodness. Watch this, everyone.
Cheater!
Oh, my gosh.
You're disgusting, Owen.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
And it's nothing! Get wrecked!
So anyways, as I was saying, we're going up to Aghanim's tower.
We had a little
detour.
And he's going to Eastern for the one treasure chest.
Chris, why are you so against Aga right now? I wonder if maybe because I know, or Pod too. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's making a pod play. Okay, you know what? I'm not totally opposed to this. I still really want you to do Aga, but, you know, okay.
But without that bow, he's gonna probably use that first key in the lobby chest door. Lobby chest door? Lobby door. Threw an extra word in there.
It's alright, we know what you meant.
I'm having fun questioning everything that Chris is doing.
I don't normally do it, but yeah.
He plays Keysanity very, very differently. Slim, not grabbing that chest. I guess because he doesn't have a key, so he knows he has to come back.
And because I know, Christos, you will be watching this back, that wasn't meant as an insult. Get wrecked. I'm really just looking out for your betterment here. I promise.
Mine was an insult, Chris. So yeah, Slim did not... Slim didn't check here earlier, so he's gonna be able to not have to double dip it. He'll check out that big key chest, which has the castle tower. I'm wondering if he's gonna make the play to get up Castle Tower. This could be huge for him.
He could, so, you know, we'll see. Still nothing in pod for Christos. He's got 1 key left.
He did find a kip, though, also rubbing that Agaseed in his face, like, hey, dummy, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Well, and that also put Spike Cave into logic. So
Exactly.
that was a little less of salt rubbing into the wound there.
I don't know, maybe he'll find something in here and it'll all pay off and I'll eat my words. I'm just surprised he didn't even check. Even the first... There's...
Flippers. Oh my god. I mean, that doesn't unlock a ton, though, does it?
It doesn't unlock anything. It really doesn't. He doesn't have Bombos or Fire Rod for Ice Palace. He doesn't have a Mire to get in the swamp. It's nice to have, but...
I mean, he might take his time to route Hobo in now, which Slim already checked.
Exactly. I don't know, that may have just put him on the wrong path. Big key.
Oh, big key to Hera. Oh no.
Well, we're going now. We know exactly where we're going now.
He is doing everything he can to avoid doing that. And our first bottle.
And the seed is kind of letting it happen. They're just kind of slowly giving him things to be like, you know what, I can put this off for a little longer. I don't have to do Aga yet.
Like, here's a hook, here's a hook, here's a hook, here's a hook, and it's just letting him go. He takes his Death Warp. Let's see where ChristosOwen goes now.
Where is Slim going? Because he might not have done Stumpy or Hype Cave yet?
Oh, he absolutely did. He was very disappointed.
Where are you going?
Where you going, Slim? Come on.
Pyramid Catfish, I guess? Yeah.
Pyramid Catfish. Okay, that's fair. Those are two kind of trolly locations. No, he's not going there.
He is.
Okay.
He just hammered the right side pegs. Maybe he was thinking of going to pod first.
And there you called it. There's ChristosOwen going to Tower of Hera, taking the long way around.
Picking up those breadcrumbs. Like I said, clinging on to the hope that the book is useless, is what he's clinging on to right now. That he'll find Flute somewhere, and he'll find Mitts somewhere, and he'll in the Mire somewhere. It won't be book blocked.
Here's
but
the
I
troll.
have a bad feeling that something is book locked that he needs to do.
Here's the troll that I'm hoping for now. The Titan Smith on the Ether tablet. So Christos would have to make a third trek up the long way to the Tower of Hera.
You're evil.
I'm a commentator who's influenced easily by chat.
We're all chat at the end of the day, too. Slim
It's
doing
really
the awesome strat of throwing the bush in there so you move a little quicker through the water. I learned that recently. Catfish not coming through, and neither was Pyramid, solidifying my thought that Aga's gonna lead to something. I want to see it. I really do. Give it to me, Slim. I think he's making a pod play.
I think he's making a pod play too. No!
Oh, lad. All right. Well, you know, okay, but this is why these players are 3-0, and I'm not in the tournament at all. I may be completely off base. These are the kinds of plays that you have to make sometimes. And I think that's also what Slim is thinking, especially going up against Christos.
Yeah, I think he's also thinking it, but he has to think, I need to make some gambles, and pod is a gamble. Which is fair. Pod is a gamble. The seed is just pointing so heavily towards Aga, though. My heart goes out. And Christos Tower of Hera is absolutely nothing. There's his
What?
second crystal.
It's a crystal, which is nice. We also got a bomb guide check that I apparently wasn't paying attention to. Thieves Town and Eastern are both good crystals. Once we get the bow, we'll be able to check out Fat Fairy, which is a good thing to keep in mind.
Oh no, Christos. I think Christos is making the play. Is he? Yes.
All right, we're going. I think he's given up. He's accepted defeat. He's realized that, you know what, this is probably what I have to do. Also, I see that pun in chat. Christos' options are getting slim.
But
I see you.
Someone makes an interesting point in chat is that ChristosOwen knows that SlimKirby will have to make a ton of gambles in order to beat him. So he's just making the gambles first, knowing that Slim will have to follow him.
That's a very good point. That could also be the driving factor in everything that's happened.
It absolutely could be, and that's a very good observation there. Thank you guys. Apparently, I'm just not a good commentator, so that's fine.
You know what, chat? You can commentate. I'll take
It's
a
all
break.
you.
Yeah, you guys go. I'm just gonna take a break here. Have fun.
I mean, let me refill my adult beverage. It's all on you guys. Here, give me a sec.
That makes a lot of sense. Everything has become clear.
All right, I'm back. What I missed? Nothing? Great.
What beverage did you get? That's what I want to know.
This is a family-oriented channel, and I will not be promoting my negative behaviors to any underage children who may be listening.
That's a fair answer. Looks like Chris is still making his way up the tower. Kirby's Gavin doing the hammer yump, or not, just bombing the wall. Never mind.
Slim finds the flippers. He knows nothing really going for that right now. He's already got all the unique flipper locations.
Yeah. But as of right now, we don't know what swamp is. They could still be required.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have ChristosOwen about to start his Agahnim 1 fight. We don't have a big key guessing game, but we do have a blue ball guessing game. Chelsea, how many blue balls do you think Agahnim is going to give Link?
I'm gonna say 3.
3 blue balls. Remember, he can have up to, 16? Although that's kind of extreme.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to go 4.
The one that I commentated on, oh, there's one. The one that I commentated the other day was, I guess 2, and it was 1, of course. So, I figured I'd go the other way this time. It's gonna be 1 more than 2.
I'm honestly just hoping for maximum trollage at this point in time, so.
Slim is making that pod play now? No, he was just in pod. What am I saying?
Yeah, I don't...
Hello? Sir?
Where are you going, Slim? Oh, well, there's our pendants. Mire is a pendant. Skull Woods is a pendant.
Turtle Rock was a crystal. Maybe just making a map check? A pretty lengthy map check.
A little bit, yeah. So ChristosOwen does kill him. I completely lost track. I was keeping track of Slim.
He killed Aga. I don't know how many. Was it 4? 3? We're gonna say 3. I win.
Chelsea wins. Okay.
Yay! I will gladly accept that. No
All right.
18 wins?
Oh my goodness.
Something tells me that you're lying to me. Chris can be checking these locations that Slim has already checked. He took a look at Pyramid while he was over there. He's going to take a look at Catfish.
I mean, he's just looking for anything at this point in time, I think. Although, if you did Aga, you want to go get the book.
Yeah, I would have made a beeline for it, but you're already over here. Not a bad idea.
Might as well, while you're here.
Slim going to be clearing out Hera himself. Luckily, only doing this in one trip, very like Skull Woods. It's crazy how Slim is only single dipping these dungeons, yet Chris still has a slight advantage over him right now.
Well, and I think a lot of that just comes down to Christos's just excellent routing. It's really hard to fault him in anything. I mean, he's just, as one of those NMG runners, everything he does is just so precise.
Exactly.
But now the book.
Finally.
And the book opens up. Yeah. So we have Ether Tablet. We have all of Desert. We could also do a ped check. He's in the area. Maybe, hopefully, possibly, maybe, Chris. Let us know.
I think he's doing it. He would have saved and quit by now, if not. So, here we go. We're going to find out what's on Pedestal. What do you think's going to be on there, Fantasia?
Well, let's get some process of elimination. We know it can't be the Fire Rod because of Skullwoods, and we know it cannot be the Flute or the Titansmith because of Misery Mire. The other items, we don't know where the third one is, though, and that's the problem. It could be Desert Palace, which we have access to go ahead and full clear. It could be Pod, so increase arrow storage.
Not a Pedestal Seed. I think at that point, we were kind of just looking at a medallion. A medallion, or it could have been the bow if Pod ended up being a crystal.
Yep, it could have, but unfortunately not.
Yeah, no use thinking about it now.
I mean,
Dream's dead.
It's okay because we all know when I commentate a scene, it's not a pedestal scene. We are running on 70-something. I've lost track of how many scenes in a row I've commentated, and none of them have been pedestal scenes.
You've never commentated a Pedestal Seed?
Not a one. Never.
Oh, I believe in you. One day,
The
come along.
ironic thing is, my third seed that I ever raced was a pedestal seed, and then so that was that garbage, and I still haven't commentated a pedestal seed.
The first race I ever won was a Pedestal Seed, and that was a very nice moment for me, and that's my claim to fame.
Well done for you.
I don't know how it happened. It was, I don't even remember exactly what happened. It was very, very quick. It was like a 140. For me, it was quick. A 140 Pedestal Seed?
Oh,
So I was
heck
happy about
yeah. That's impressive. Why aren't you in the tournament?
Please. Watch my stream for like 2 seconds. You'll see. I'm not good. I do that a lot. What Slim just did. Fall to Troll Dorm.
Oh, everyone falls to Troll Dorm. Meanwhile, Christos, Titansmith.
Finding the kites in desert. In desert. It was there all along. And a key to Turtle Rock. Not great right now, but, useful. We want at least 3.
So, ChristosOwen, when you're watching back, you could have saved 15 minutes by just coming here. Just saying.
But at the same time, I know Chris likes to be very, very thorough when playing Keysanity, so I don't fault him for doing what he did. I 100% think that he made a decision that could have paid off.
Oh, I don't necessarily blame him either way. It's just one of those, you look for small optimizations that you can do later, and it may have been a strategic goal, knowing that SlimKirby was probably going to be taking some gambles to avoid doing it. So, and we see SlimKirby going right to Spike Cave. It's like Christos knew what Kirby was going to be doing. So the Titan's Mitts, let's review, because someone asked in chat what the Titan's Mitt actually opens. The big thing is going to be we don't have access to Ice Palace yet. We can get into the front door, but we do not have access to past that first room. Dark Death Mountain, though.
Yeah, that's a loaded area. We have the hookshot, so we can check all the hookshot cave. We'll be able to take a peek at what is needed to get into Turtle Rock, because we don't have any of the medallions right now. So having that information is crucial.
Oh, we also have King's Tomb. Good point out, chat. Terrence, shout out to you. Yep. King's
Doing
Tomb
our job for us. Looks like Kirby is also going to be checking out the sewer chest.
Christos gets tempered.
Oh, man.
Oh, we also have a lot of stuff in Kakariko as well. We have Jeremiah that we can turn in. We also have the Peg Cave we can turn in, and that will in turn unlock the Gary's Lunchbox.
Yeah, Titan's Myths opens up a whole lot for us, really. A lot of options. It's one of those items you kind of don't want early, because you're like, oh goodness, there's so many things to do now, where do I even start? But right now, it's a decent thing. There's options, but it's not, overwhelming.
No, absolutely not. This is actually kind of the perfect time. It might have been a little bit later than we wanted, but pretty good. And hey, shout out to Sama Rose. I'm butchering your name for the sub. Thank you so much.
It looks like Chris might have decided to say see you later to that key that was on Desert Ledge.
Ooh, that might come back to bite him in the butt a little bit later.
You have to think that it might just be a Skullwoods key or a useless Ice Palace key. Who knows?
Yeah, but as often as we've seen Christos go ahead and full clear everything, that's a risk outside the norm for Christos to take.
Chris doing a slick hookshot clip. Pretty standard, but saves a decent amount of time.
Single arrow and just a map to Hyrule Castle, the other absolutely vital, important map in the game.
Yeah, we would not be able to finish the game without that. I am so glad we found that early.
My God, it's in the bag for ChristosOwen now. What a pickup.
We're going to find out what Turtle Rock is. It's Bombos.
Really, no medallions yet whatsoever.
Still no new information on the map. Not that we already knew. Taking a peek here in Hookshot Cave. If there's nothing here, then again... Oh,
Flute.
Just kidding. There it is. So there's that Mire play we were so desperately wanting way back, like, I don't know, 40 minutes ago?
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, that certainly opens up the Mire area. I don't know if you're Christos. You want to have to dip Mire, though. There's a lot of treasure chests that you can get in there, but it's a pendant dungeon, so it's...
He also might not even be able to get in. Also, he got Bombos right there. Did he have Bombos?
Well, now he has it.
Why does Slim have it then? I didn't
Where
think
was
they had it. Maybe they did have it. I didn't see it on the tracker earlier.
Neither did I. Chat, help us out. Where was Bombos?
Okay.
Or...
I think it was a tracker mishap.
Yep. Shout out in the meantime to our tracker, Dawning Arc, who's doing all the work behind the scenes and making it so that we don't look any dumber than we already are. I mean, I'm dumb. Chelsea isn't, but I'm dumb.
Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm a big ol' dumb, please. So anyways, they can't get into Mire yet still, because no medallion. But they can at least check out that area. I know Chris is a fan. As soon as he can get over there, he likes to take a peek over there.
Absolutely. It's a quick check, and you can already do the Mire Shed. Now, he can't do Checkerboard Caves. Still no mirror, so that's going to troll us for a little bit longer. Mirror is required for Swamp Palace.
Let's see where he ends up going. I would assume he's going over to, yep, Mire area. There it is. Meanwhile, Slim taking Aga down. We'll be able to for sure see how many blue balls were involved here.
So that's 3. I think that's it, according to chat.
Nope, nothing in Mire Shed. I think Mire was also Bombos, so we only need 1 medallion. And we might even be able to finish out Ice Palace with that alone as well. So who knows?
So Bombos or Fire... I mean, Fire Rod would be nice for Ice Palace right now. Where are these runners going to go? Looks like Christos is going to check some of these locations. Jeremiah, Peg Cave. See what we can find.
This is a good time to check those. Meanwhile, Slim gonna be grabbing his book immediately, not wasting any time. I don't think he has any other options, though.
Not really, and he's a little bit behind. He'll have to make a beeline for Desert to hope to stay in this race. He doesn't know that, though. He could be going elsewhere.
Alright, Slim with his book. Not opting to check the pedestal. Guess maybe he thinks there'll be a better time for it? Who knows?
Well, at this point in time, because you're hoping that the seed will open up for you as soon as you get into the Desert Palace at this point in time. And it really does.
Mm-hmm.
Slim doesn't know that. He's making a gamble right now, and I like the gamble. He's just trying to save time.
Fortunately, Chris not having the mirror, so making this series of events a little more painful, but with the flute, it's a little easier. Chris remembering that he does have a bottle and can turn that into our boy, the sick kid. See what he was holding on to in bed. Just 20 rupees.
It's $20. Yeah. I don't know if money makes you sick.
So sick that he just had to stay in bed with all his money.
That explains why I'm so healthy.
Because I never leave bed. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I see what you're saying.
I know, it's obscure. It's okay.
It took me like 3 seconds, and it my brain went through different options of what that could mean. Smithy's not giving us anything useful.
No, not a whole lot of use of anything here. So Christos gonna be reduced to checking some other things. Yeah, purple chest.
Purple chest is always the answer. And unless it isn't, but it always is.
I mean, I hate it when it is the answer, I'll give you that much.
I feel like it is more often than not. There's so many times where it's just purple chest has had the thing.
I think if there's one item location that I hate, not just dislike, legitimately hate, it's the purple chest.
With Mire and flute, I don't hate it as much. I'm trying to think of which location I truly hate. Lumberjack?
That's
I feel
fair.
like that's a worthy candidate.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, if you would need to hate something, and blue goo in Gary's lunchbox.
That is not progression, but helpful nonetheless.
I mean, kinda. If you're Christos, maybe.
Looks like he's checking out that final chest in Eastern now.
Yep, we'll see what this key is. Slim is going for it, actually.
All right, this is going to be possibly big. It was a odd key.
Ooh, I mean, they did the... Christos did do the hammer yump, so I don't know.
It could be bad. That's one of those where there's multiple of them and you don't need all of them to beat the dungeon. So it may be helpful, but not needed.
All right, Christos is going over here to check to see what's in this big chest in Eastern Palace. If it's nothing, he'll have to make a third dip in here, possibly.
You feeling that vanilla bow?
I'm not. I'm feeling the ether tablet myself. I want maximum trollage.
Ether tablet is an option. Let's find out. That's an item. It's certainly an item. Alright, so now we're gonna dig up the D.
Wouldn't that be something if it was a required... Would that be a required triple dip into Eastern? No, you could... Yeah, because you required to dip in there to get the hammer.
It would have been... I don't know.
If something's in this dig spot, it would be a required triple dip. Wow.
Gross.
And a fire rod!
A fire rod! Oh my gosh. Well, that's not fun. We're going back to Skullwoods. Interesting enough, going to Skullwoods instead of Ice Palace. I guess because he doesn't know what Ice Palace is, and that might be a pendant, and this at least is a green pendant. And a little quicker to just blast through real quickly, I would assume.
Maybe. I think I like the call. It's relatively quick for someone of Christos' skill to be able to just blast in, kill Mothula, and then get out, and then go over there. You might even be able to route in a Sahasrara check once you get that green pendant, so it's an item count at this point in time. People are yelling in chat to check ped. He already checked ped, guys.
Yeah, Chris, check the ped. It was just an arrow upgrade from what I remember. An arrow or a bomb upgrade, one of the two.
Something worthless. It's okay.
He was way ahead of the times there. Oop! Falling in the hole. Misjudging where he was.
Numpty.
Sure is. Getting a little bad luck from these Gibdos here.
Oh, and he's blessed with a full magic drop. That's incredibly lucky.
That was so lucky. He's not even wasting his fire rod shots. He's slashing the Gibdo to death. He's not wasting a single one.
Oh!
You were right!
Ether top!
It had the bow!
Oh my god! I'm actually worried about something.
It's not a required triple dip. Oh man, that's pretty good for Slim.
That's an incredible pickup for Slim, because I don't know. Christos is going to be a little bit hesitant to go up this direction for a while, I think.
Yeah, there's not too much over here for him anymore. I'm wondering... Oh man, I don't know when he's going to go do that. That's an awesome play for Slim. Good for him.
Absolutely. And he's making a turtle rock dip?
I think he's just opening the warp to get to Dark World. And checking out, because he doesn't know what this is yet. Yeah, he was just taking a look. He doesn't have bombos either.
Oh man, that's...
Holy
I am
moly.
so happy right now. And he's not been to Dark Death Mountain yet, so he's routing this all together.
So, really good for Slim would be if he does decide to, I mean, for whatever reason, well, I guess, yeah, he'll grab the the eastern... Why can't I think? Holy moly. He'll go into eastern, get his shovel, get the fire rod, and then maybe skip Skullwoods entirely if this doesn't come out being anything.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that. And yeah, it's nothing.
It wasn't anything.
Wow. So Slim making up some time. Christos does eventually have to go back up there. Don't know when he will, though.
I think he's going to make an ice play now. Yeah, looks like it. So Slim, with his flute and bow, has quite a couple options here.
Christos does have to route in. He's going to do a Zora check, so this is going to be more time played off.
Yeah, this is very, very good for Slim. And we know none of this is going to be helpful for him. Christos, that is.
So the longer that ChristosOwen puts off going to that ether tablet, the longer it's going to take him. Keep in mind, they both have... Wait, did Slim beat Landmolus? I thought I saw him in the Landmolus fight.
He did.
Okay, so 3 crystals each. Christos did do Skull Woods for that green pendant. It ended up being nothing, and he didn't get anything necessarily of value out of there. SlimKirby with the bow now, though. We know he'll eventually go back to Eastern. This is...
He might even be doing that right now.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, for SlimKirby, this is huge. Just absolutely huge.
Imagine if Bombos is in Fat Fairy Cave.
Oh... That would be significant for SlimKirby. Now, that's the dream at this point. And Christos can absolutely make up time.
I don't know. This ice play could also pay off. That's the good news, is that things can kind of merge together with Keysanity. In Rando in general, like, for the most part, it's very rare to have a completely linear seed where you have to go one specific way.
All right, so Christos is in Ice Palace. I think he has 1 Ice Palace key, so he'll be able to make a little bit more efficient routing here. But I wonder what he'll find.
It's got to be something big for him to... It's very hard to tell who's truly in the lead. Slim definitely has an advantage here, but Chris also, you know, can catch up very easily.
Yeah, that's something that even though SlimKirby might have a bit of an advantage just because of the choices that he's made, Christos is the better execution runner, so he's always going to be looking behind his shoulder, although not looking really. You know what I mean, guys.
Slim just doing some quick cleanup with the smithies. We still don't know what Ice Palace is. This will confirm something. It'll confirm which crystal is which. It's either Ice Palace or Pod at this point.
Yeah, one of them's a crystal, one of them's that last pendant. We don't know. One way or the other, we're going to find out.
It's a 50-50 shot. I'm feeling Pod being a pendant. I see Pod being a pendant very, very frequently. And I feel like this seed has kind of been, I don't know, hinting at it?
Feels like
Slightly.
it. I mean, so many pod keys early. It's possible. I will say, Christos just started running back. I mean, he made a little bit of an error there that most runners don't normally do. I think he's starting to wonder where things could be for him. And Slim going to take some time to go ahead and get this small key that's behind this bumper cave. We forgot about this one for a while.
Slim being very, very thorough, and I'm a big fan of it. He's grabbing that desert ledge key. He's grabbing this key. It could very well be a turtle rock key that is crucial. We're going to find out here shortly.
And it is Dark Palace. Okay.
Another pod key, making it possible for him to complete it once he gets that big key. Actually, he could have beat it before.
Well, he
now
can
he can
beat
go
it.
in the lobby.
But yeah, I mean, do you want to go ahead and beat it, knowing that you have a soft lock situation if there's anything in those other two chests? Now, he did do the hammer jump, so I think he's safe if he can go ahead and get everything now.
Just getting a little bullied by
there's Bombos.
There's Bombos. Okay. That's going to lead him away from the bow, though. Unless he goes up to beat Turtle Rock. Which he might. He has everything he needs. That could either be good or bad.
Yeah, it could be either. I just don't know Christos well enough to know, would he go to Turtle Rock or would he go to Mire? My instinct tells me that he prefers Mire.
Knowing Chris, I think he would go to Turtle Rock first.
All right, well, we'll see. I mean, either way, this is going to be interesting. What happens with Christos here immediately after this cold stare fight? We also don't know if this is going to be a pendant or a crystal. Although Bombos being in Ice Palace means Ice Palace is at least required to dip into.
That is true. He doesn't have Turtle Rock keys or a big key. So maybe he will opt to go to Mire. Even though it is a pendant. And Ice was a pendant as well, which means that Pod is our other crystal. Oh, man.
Oh, man. That's significant. So, I mean, the best case scenario for Slim at this point in time is if for whatever reason that Bombos ends up being his go mode. I don't know if it will work out logically, but any way that will save time so that once Slim gets the Bombos, he can nope out. SlimKirby is in Eastern, though. We know he's going to pick up the shovel, which will eventually lead him to the fire rod, and he'll be able to go ahead and route in and get the last dungeon here as well, or the crystal here as well, which is the last crystal he needs for the Pyramid Fairy on top of it all.
Yeah, he's effectively getting 3 items here. So Chris is making that Mire play due to lack of keys for Turtle Rock. Slim picking up his shovel, which will lead him to Fire Rod. Yeah, it depends on how long it takes Slim to go to Ice at this point.
Either way, this is a lot closer than it looked even half an hour ago when Christos was just kind of seemed to know exactly where Slim was going to go and just had every advantage. Slim, with that one play up to the ether tablet where the bow was, everything is turned around now.
Yeah, these players made such different choices, and yet it's incredibly hard to tell truly who has a substantial lead right now.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that SlimKirby's was probably a riskier gamble, all things said, but it ended up paying off bigger.
Chris finding a completely useless key to Hyrule Castle.
What do you mean? It's not useless. It's stored right next to the map. And the mirror!
Ooh! That's big as well.
Oh my.
Holy moly. Alright. So, Slim can beat Swamp now. Oh man.
He can be Swamp. There's a lot of etc. overworld
Wait, has he not
locations.
gotten Wait, has he not gotten the small key for Swamp yet though? Do you remember where that was?
I want to say that was up on Death Mountain and he got that, I think.
I'm trying to remember when I said it was the key. I thought it was in Thieves Town.
I could swear that he's gotten it.
Yeah, it was in the front of Thieves Town. I would be surprised if he didn't grab that. Alright, he's grabbing that fire rod. I'm interested to see what play he makes next.
He's thinking. He stopped and thought about it for a second.
It looks like it's going to be a Skull Woods play. I would assume that's what it is. I can't see why we did go over here for any other reason. Yeah. Meanwhile, Chris is making his way through Mire. I don't think he's found too much yet. He found a compass to Eastern, though. Oh, golly gee. Wonder if he's going to go ahead and just complete this up. A lot of compasses here. Mire is showing him the way. It's really crazy to see that Chris has, if he does beat Mire, all the pendants, where Slim has none of them yet. Although Chris is finding a butter sword. Well, you know, nice. It's not a huge difference between tempered and butter. So, helpful. Not really exactly what he wants right now. Slim being very careful, making sure that the Stalfos don't destroy him. They can be a little... Stalfos? Gibdos. Enemy names are hard, guys. I think it's a fair play. Those guys can really get you in that room.
The Gibdos? Yes, they can.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We found, Chris found butter in Mire. That's really all he's found so far.
That's... Yeah, this Mire play, it's... You know what? It's a pendant. It might not be required at all.
It's not looking good. I was also saying it's crazy how Chris has all the pendants, or he's about to, and Slim has gotten none of them yet. Except for this one. Except for green pendant, just now.
And
But
we're
still,
seeing
up
those,
until this point.
yeah, we're seeing these NMG strats from Christos making exceptional work of Vitreous here.
With butter, it's so easy. And that many hearts. Ooh, he found it. That might be an Eastern. No.
Oh!
That's good.
Ganon's
That's
Tower!
big. That's very big. Slim's gonna have to go there at some point.
Oh,
And that
wow.
might take him a while. Holy moly. Alright. Mire was important.
It went from being worthless to absolutely mandatory
Absolutely.
in just a couple seconds.
That is actually huge. If Slim, for some reason, doesn't go to Mire and gets all the crystals, he might decide to do GT and look for the GT big key there.
And I
Oh
can
my
see
God.
Slim doing that. I can
Oh,
see
absolutely.
him taking the gamble. Yeah.
Especially, he has so many items. He needs Bombos right now. And that's it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. Is he only have one Turtle Rock Big Key? Because if he only has one Turtle Rock Big Key, then that's... Yeah, they don't have the Turtle Rock Big Key at all.
Yeah, they don't
Neither
have Turtle Rock big key, so they're still looking for that. They only have one Turtle Rock regular key. I'm feeling like they're going to be in Swamp, personally.
Yeah, it feels like it. Slim is checking the Mire Shed area. Has not gone to Ice Palace yet. I don't know if this is just kind of a sideshow at this point.
Important, Chris is going to be grabbing his bow right now.
Oh,
I think
no.
he was kind of looking at Turtle Rock, and I think maybe he was like, I don't have the keys I need. And was like, all right, well, I'm up here. I'm going to check Ether. And he will be heavily, heavily, heavily rewarded. So it is completely flipped back into Chris's favor with a blink of an eye.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he wasn't wasting any time. It was just checking other locations that he can do. And that Ganon Tower big key really even the odds, because that means Slim is going to have to end up doing that quite a bit. Wow.
So key-wise, what are we looking at? We're looking at a Pod big key, a Turtle Rock big key, and at least 2 more Turtle Rock small keys on Chris's end. And then he just needs the Mire from Eastern, which he's getting right now.
Yeah, I get the feeling that what Christos is going to do is he's going to clear this out, a triple dip for Eastern Palace for Christos. I'm sure he's not happy about that.
No, absolutely not.
But he's going to go in here, then he's going to go to Swamp, full clear it out, and as soon as he has his keys, he's a good enough runner. He knows exactly what he needs. As soon as he finds the 4 keys total, or 3 keys, just Turtle Rock, 4, no, 2 big keys and 2 small keys, he's gone. He's done. Oh, Slim finds a big key to Turtle Rock in this kind of out-of-the-way mirror location, though. All right, Slim still has his mirror. He's still checking some of these overworld locations. He's going to check Bombo's tablet now, and I imagine he's going to go into Swamp Palace immediately after.
All right, so Chris is going to be getting his mirror here. Maybe even heading into Swamp. I know he generally likes to avoid it, but I think he's come to terms with the fact that it can be a huge play.
Christos, with a little bit of a frustration slash there, gets his crystal and the mirror. He knows he's in good shape right now at 1:27.
Item-wise, he's in Go Mode. We're just looking for keys on his end now.
True to his nature, Christos is remaining his thorough search of the Mire area. So we'll see if there's anything in this. Oh, he's...
I wonder if he'll remember that he forgot Desert Ledge.
Yep, okay.
Did. Good job, Chris. He'll get his pod key. So that makes it possible for him to beat that now once he finds the big key to that dungeon.
Looks like he's also going over here to check Checkerboard Cave. So far, Slim not necessarily finding anything of value here in Swamp Palace, just a little bit in. We'll see. I don't know. We'll be looking for still a couple of Turtle Rock small keys at this point in time. And of course, that ever elusive Pod Big Key. Meanwhile, Christos is going over here to check the Bumper Cave. He's going to get his other Pod small key from here. Christos just remembering all the key locations he left behind and being able to pick them up in very short order. And as Chad is pointing out, he will also likely route in the Graveyard Ledge over here as well, because he now has the mirror.
So he'll be grabbing his next pod key. So he'll have 5 now. Oop.
Slim finds one of our 2 small keys to Turtle Rock.
He just needs one more to finish that up.
Meanwhile, Christos checking this graveyard ledge.
There have been a lot of dungeons where we haven't been able to get that big chest. Ice Palace, Thieves Town, Swamp Now.
Are you cursing us?
No. I'm just saying we should be thinking about it.
That's fair. And Christos looks like he's making a beeline towards Swamp Palace himself.
I think that's a smart decision at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, he has the bow. He can go ahead and do Eastern, but I think he's going to hope to find that big key to Pod in Swamp, or he's making me a liar.
It's what he does best.
Hang it, Christos. So, as I was saying, Christos is actually picking up his bomb for the Pyramid Fairy. I'm really surprised. Okay, he remembers. He did Aga. He can shortcut it.
Yep. I was like, why is he going that way? Come on.
Meanwhile, Christos hasn't found Slim, I'm sorry, has not found a whole lot of anything in Swamp Palace so far.
Yeah, really just finding that one Turtle Rock key. Which is big right now, because that's the one area we're pretty much locked out of right now, besides the end of Pod. Oh, boo.
Nothing in Pyramid Fairy at this point in time.
It's interesting how Slim's routing was looking pretty decent, but it actually kept him away from both Ice and Mire, which has 2 important things for him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That Bombos medallion really is the key at this point in time, so I don't necessarily blame him for staying away from Mire because, again, Bombos, but Ice Palace, we're learning just as soon as you have access to Ice Palace, it feels like you need to go to Ice Palace. It doesn't matter.
Running out of chests here in Swamp. A whole
Holy
lot
cow.
of money. $600 just sitting there.
Is that sunken treasure, maybe?
Argus. Oh, didn't get a chance to see what small key that was.
PowerPoint frame, Slim. Had a hard time seeing.
What a good time.
Yeah, people betting that was the Turtle Rock small key. I don't know.
I hope so. That would be okay for Slim. He still can't get into Mire or Turtle Rock, so I feel like he would be pushed towards Ice next.
Absolutely feels like it. There's nothing else that we can really do at that point in time, so I'm hoping. Here's hoping that he goes to Ice Palace. Slim's trying for the silvers, not really working. Takes him a little bit, but he gets the shot off.
Thank you, Broxy1337, for the Twitch Prime sub to Speed Gaming. Thank you very much.
And no, that was the big key, or the small key to Turtle Rock, so there you go.
Well, it could have been 4. He might have 4 now.
Could have been. Someone is saying Thieves Town small key, which, trolley.
Yeah, that puts that on the board.
I think
Who
that's that's the hardest thing about Keysanity is when you're just looking around for one thing, and by the time you're searching around to seeing what you have, you've just found the one-off locations are all that's left. So you have to route those together and try to feel that out.
I also don't think Slim knows whether Ice Palace is a pendant or a crystal yet, because we found out purely because Chris beat it. So that's another thing to keep in mind.
At this point in time, yeah, I think Slim will have to go there, though. There's not really much else he can do unless he cracks open T-Rock with... Well, he can't. He doesn't have the medallion.
Exactly. Chris gonna grab his other T-Rock small key. I have a hard time believing that other chest was a T-Rock small key. That would mean that there was 3 small keys here in Swamp to Turtle Rock. That'd be crazy.
That would be slightly inconvenient, yes.
There's also potential of a Turtle Rock key being in Turtle Rock itself. I've seen that a billion times at this point. More often than not. I see it so much.
Help me out. The tracker is showing that Slim does have the big key to Turtle Rock. Is that right?
He got that in Cave 45.
Oh, right. Right. And Slim is making the play to Ice Palace. Now the question becomes, does he risk it? I mean, he doesn't know what this is, right?
No, he has no idea. He hasn't had a map for it. It's not a good crystal, so he has no idea what it was. He has no idea what pot is. So this is a 50-50 choice for him right now. So he thinks that it could be a crystal. I think that's what's driving him here, is that there's a possibility of it being a crystal.
Well, and it's good
also,
because, yeah, it's pod.
Yeah. Also the last thing that he can do, I think, at this point. This routing is working out very, very well for Chris. He's going to get 2 Turtle Rock keys, and then after heading out of Swamp, I would assume he's going to check out Bombos and Cave 45, which will get him his Turtle Rock big key. We may even find Eastern big key up in Turtle Rock. Who knows?
That's a possibility. I've seen Trollier.
It would be good at that point.
All right, so we see... I want to really pay attention to SlimKirby as he gets ready for this bomb jump here. It's always interesting. Different people use different visual cues, and a lot of people end up using the shadow underneath whatever sprite it is. Although it's really hard to see the sprite under the Kirby, but he gets it first try.
I generally line it up with the shadow and the sword. That seems pretty consistent for all sprites. It is very hard to see it with the Kirby sprite, but I think he just kind of goes directly over it.
And that's something.
Christos finding Argus's booty.
Meanwhile, we'll get to see what this treasure chest was. Yeah, Thieves Town. Okay.
So that puts that big chest on the board for potentially having a pod big key.
That is all we are missing from Commentator's No Mode at this point in time is that pod big key, isn't it?
Sure is. Oh man, I really hope Slim goes to Mire at some point. It's not looking good though. I think he's gonna get all the crystals and then search through GT.
Yeah, it feels that way. This is not going to be fun for Slim. But you're right. I mean, he'll get Bombos. He'll know he'll be able to go into Turtle Rock. And I think you're right. He is going to head there.
Maybe if he finds the pod big key there. I mean, there's very few places where it can be now. The only hope is that he looks for big key in Mire. The pod big key in Mire.
And we can tell by sound, he did just end up getting his Bombos tablet.
Speaking of Bombos, Chris is checking out the Bombos tablet. He's not gonna find much. I think there was just 5 rupees or something over here.
Yeah, it was real minimal.
Shoutouts to being rich as heck, though.
I know, this is more money. And, you know, that is something worth pointing out that not a lot of people end up mentioning. In the original Legend of Zelda game, the maximum you could have is 999 rupees.
Yes.
Then you were maxed out.
That's something that they changed in Randomizer, was that you could hold more than 999. Alright, so Chris is gonna grab his Turtle Rock Big Key. I would be shocked if he didn't head right up there after grabbing this.
No, there's no reason not to at this point.
Oh.
Or he makes a liar out of us again, you know.
He's going to pod?
Did he think he pulled the pod's key?
I wonder if he is gambling that it's in there.
It's possible. He picked up some more keys. This is kind of an interesting gamble by Christos, but again, as he's shown kind of throughout this match, he knows that Slim is going to have to gamble in order to beat him, so he's beating him to the gambles.
But at the same time, Turtle Rock Go Mode and not Go Mode is so minimal that I feel like you would want to check Turtle Rock. You can complete it, it's a crystal. Again, I'm questioning a lot of Chris's moves here, but clearly they've worked in his favor.
I mean, Christos is one of the best runners in the community, so I have a hard time. I say, what are you doing, Chris? And then he proves that he's that much better of a runner, so.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's okay. I mean...
He's alright. He's a decent runner, I guess.
Man, you sound like Patty when I was commentating when he was watching Andy play. It's like, yeah, he's alright. Yeah, it's a thing.
Patty to Andy is me to Chris.
I think that's a fair descriptor right there. What did Chris... Oh, so Chris just used dash stats.
I love that
strat. Oh my god.
I love it. It's so good. He's a fan of that too.
So swag.
Ooh, finding Quake. That's useless.
Well then, ChristosOwen.
Ooh, Slim is going to Mire.
This is the play we know he needs to make eventually, so...
Oh, this is good. He needs to go through here really quickly, though. Because Chris is on his way to Turtle Rock right now, I would assume.
I mean, it's fair, and, you know, we pointed out, we knew that Slim would have to make some gambles in order to beat Christos. He might be assuming this is a gamble he has to make.
I'm very impressed with this move by Slim.
Absolutely. Christos is on his way up to Turtle Rock. And gets dead rock.
Oh, that's going to buy Slim a little more time. Well, let's think about the possible places where Pod Big Key can be. It can be anywhere in Turtle Rock. It could be in that Thieves Town big chest. And depending on what we get in Turtle Rock, that's kind of it.
I'm trying to think of other possible trolley locations.
They've been pretty thorough.
Let's see, we still are missing the Swamp Palace big chest. The Thieves Town big
Palace.
Yeah. Ice Palace big chest, so yeah, and then anywhere in Turtle Rock.
I can't wait for the ultimate big key fetch quest. There could also be mushroom involved.
One big key leads to another big key, leads to another big key.
Slim realizing he didn't have enough magic, so he's going back down for that pot. Yeah, I think it's very safe to say that Christos has a lead right now.
Absolutely. Although here we are, we're sitting at 146 in the seed, and Christos at least has to do Turtle Rock and beat Mire, and of course do Ganon's Tower and that whole process. We're looking at probably a 2-hour seed, and a 2-hour seed for Christos is a relatively long seed, all things said.
Not for Keysanity, though. 2 hours for Keysanity, that's solid. I feel like sub 2 is generally a quicker seed. Just because of how much can go wrong.
All right, so Christos is working his way through Turtle Rock right now, still looking for that pod big key. As soon as he finds it, he's in go mode and he knows it.
Oh, we're finding a key to Turtle Rock. I told you! Every time! Every seed! Turtle Rock has a key.
That could be interesting because that opens up. That's the fourth key to Turtle Rock.
He can full clear this. He can get every single chest. Oh, man.
You sound so disappointed.
Because it's just why? Why does Turtle Rock always have a key? I wonder if there's some logic behind that. Oh!
Swamp Palace.
No. See,
the dream is alive.
Here we go. It's the ultimate fetch quest.
SlimKirby, meanwhile, also picks up his butter sword, is on his way back to Vitreous.
Gonna be very happy with what he finds. He's probably not feeling too happy about this Mire play at the moment. So once he beats Viti, he will breathe a big sigh of relief.
He will breathe the sigh of relief at the same time. He's full committed at this point in time. So a lot of people wondering why he doesn't just back out. Half magic for Christos.
So that's something that if that Turtle Rock big key wasn't there, he would have skipped. Not the end of the world, but certainly nice.
I just don't know if this is fair. ChristosOwen with, 16 hearts, silvers, red mail, butter. I mean, do you need anything else to beat Ganon?
No. As soon as he finds that key, he's not checking any more chests ever again. He is completely armored up. He even has powder.
It's just obscene.
He needs a shield. That's true. He does need a shield.
I'm a little surprised. We haven't even picked up... Oh, no! pod.
There it is.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
ChristosOwen is in Go Mode. You can bank on that he knows it. Get ready to not blink. He has 10 minutes. He can finish the game in 10 minutes.
And he's saying bye to that chest. He doesn't care. He is on his way. Very good execution and routing from Chris.
Absolutely.
A few questionable decisions, but overall.
I mean, we call them questionable decisions, and then he still, you know, is going to be clearing every dungeon in the game.
That is a true testament to his pure skill at this game, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. It's mind-boggling. The amount of skill that Christos has. His routing is still very, very good. Let's not take that away from it. There were a couple of questionable things, but then he turns around and he can still full clear everything and be in Turtle Rock at an hour 50.
Slim looks like he's checking out Graveyard Ledge here.
I don't believe... Christos did check this, but I don't think there was anything there.
There wasn't. Nothing fun for us. Nothing we want, at least right now. Gonna see some nice backdoor strats on Trinexx here.
Yeah, Christos does love to go into the back door of Trinexx. What? Did I say something?
Nothing. A key to Ganon's Tower. One last one. That's the last one that we can potentially get.
Meanwhile, SlimKirby looks like he's on his way up to Turtle Rock himself. This is the right call at this point in time, but so SlimKirby is approximately a full clear of Turtle Rock behind ChristosOwen.
Yeah,
that's a rough battle to go uphill to.
At this point, it's very hard to say what could stop Chris from taking a win here. But yes, Slim is definitely on the right track here. Just unfortunately, I think it really did come down to execution. Slim made some great choices.
Oh, absolutely. That early call to go up to Ether was absolutely a gamble, and it just didn't work out because Christos' execution is just so good.
To only be a dungeon behind Chris, though, not bad. Like Slim has definitely put up a fight. So kudos to him. It's been fun to watch.
Absolutely. Keep in mind, we were saying earlier that SlimKirby had mentioned that he got into Randomizer from watching ChristosOwen do it. So a bit of a dream matchup for SlimKirby, and the fact that he's 3-0 facing against the guy who got him involved in the first place. You feel good for Slim to be able to have played well enough to be even in the same conversation at this point in time.
And I'm sure that if he's going to be, not knocked out, because he still definitely has a chance in the race-off if he wins his next match. If he's going to be taking a lose against anyone, I'm sure he's more than happy to take it against Chris.
There are a handful of names where if you see yourself in a winner take all match against in this sort of format, because it's a Swiss format, you have to go 5-0 to guarantee your spot. Otherwise, if you can only lose one, and if you see a name like Ajnab or Andy or Christos come up, you know, most of us runners say, okay, I'm taking the L here. Let's just have fun. So for Slim to even be in the conversation in this race is an absolute testament to how far he's come along. So shout out to SlimKirby here.
Yeah, and there was a point where, you know, we were worried. We didn't know who was gonna win. Slim seeing a big key, maybe getting a little excited. Not the right one just yet.
You'll get there, we promise.
Assuming he goes to Mimic. I think it was in Mimic, right? Yeah, it was in Mimic.
It was in Mimic, yep.
I don't see many people forget that place. It's happened, but I can't see Slim doing it.
Meanwhile, ChristosOwen finishes off Pod. He has full cleared every dungeon and is off to Ganon's Tower now.
Yeah, very easy GT clear in Keysanity. You just go right up to the top. Don't really have to think about anything. Chris putting himself into a slight pickle there.
A slight pickle? So you
pickle.
just sprinkle some powder on those and they go away.
It's true. Didn't want to faff around in his menu though, I'm sure.
This is true. So how many, there's a unit of measurement that I've found is growing in popularity amongst us commentators, and that unit of measurement is Ganon Falls. About how many Ganon Falls ahead is Christos so that SlimKirby could catch up?
See, that unit of measurement is interesting because there's a variable. The variable is how far into the Ganon fight would one person be? Would they beat the boss and then fall off at the end? Like, how exactly is this Ganon? I'm like looking way too into this.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're reading too much.
I'm ruining the
this,
fun.
Chelsea.
10 is my answer. 10.
10. Okay, that's fair. Now, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a high degree of variability there. I mean, if you have silvers, also that lowers the number quite a bit. But yeah, you know, anywhere between 10 to 12 at this point in time. So I don't anticipate Christos falling that often. I don't anticipate him falling once, to be frank, but weirder things have happened.
Slim entering his own Go Mode. Very exciting for him. I mean, 157 Go Mode for Keysanity, you gotta be feeling okay about it.
Oh, absolutely, especially when your Go Mode at 157 is, okay, I have this dungeon to finish and one more that I've already full cleared. So So the only question, will Christos manage to get the sub 2 hour? 2 minutes, I don't know if anyone's that fast.
The sub 2 hours? Like finish
Well,
in 2 minutes?
Well, sub 2 hours, yeah, to get 2 minutes through the Gauntlet, Aga, and Ganon.
Absolutely not. There's no way. I don't know. Maybe not the Ganon fight at least is gonna take like 3 minutes.
Yeah. All right, so Christos continues to climb, go through the gauntlet. Meanwhile, SlimKirby is setting up for his Trinexx fight. He will be off to Pod as soon as he's done here.
We'll see what kind of strats Kirby opts to use here. Also, nope. I took the bait.
He goes in from the front.
Going from the front.
You know, everyone has their preference, and that's okay, SlimKirby. It's okay.
We'll support you no matter what.
You do you.
Alright, I was watching Slim, and all of a sudden Chris is through the gauntlet. Alright, so Slim just has to clear out Pod really quickly, just go straight to the end, and then he'll be up to G-Tower himself. Well, Chris having some issues firing the fire rod there, just shooting in every direction except the one that he wants to go in.
Don't blow your load too fast. We're almost out of magic there, Chris.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that one might be pushing it. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh. So, about this Moldorm 2 fight, we have Butter. It's gonna be super quick. We're gonna dash right through him. Or slash him.
And he pulls the last treasure chest. Thank you, Christos. You're everyone's hero.
Can't believe it. Not saving the frames.
You know...
He's getting what he deserves here. Look at him. Getting bounced around like a pinball.
All right,
these
so
Aga patterns.
Man, that's a rough pattern right there. This one's a little bit friendlier.
Yeah. Ooh, very friendly. Getting a triple off.
Hey, shout out to Pebin112. Subscribe 4 months in a row. Thank you so much, Pebin.
Down Aga 2 goes. 2 hours and 1 minute in.
So ChristosOwen is on his way to fry up some bacon.
Get some butter on our bacon.
That sounds really unhealthy. I'm just going to say it.
Loads of fat.
Already on phase 3 here for Christos.
Yeah, very, very quick fight here. Getting that first initial shot. Maybe even, nope, not getting a triple just quite, but getting a nice double off. Maybe getting a double here, and that's it. Very, very quick fight.
Absolutely. GG to ChristosOwen. He'll be getting ready for his interview. Going to set up for a little bit. As soon as he enters the door, we'll go ahead and give him his official time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 22 seconds. GG to ChristosOwen. Moving on to 4-0. His quest is over.
What are we getting for the text? Oh, I didn't even look. I didn't look at all.
It's a GG. Your quest is over.
Oh, I was looking over in IRC. Little slow.
It's okay. Someone asking in chat, does the dash and Ganon do more damage? I don't know if it does more damage, but I do know that it doesn't bounce you away from them, so it's a little bit easier to control.
A little easier. No, not easier. It's definitely not a simple thing to do, but it's quicker. You're getting those slashes in just at quicker intervals. Chris making a comment saying that he was exhausted from that.
While we're waiting for him, we do we have some other updates for the rest of the Randomizer Keysanity tournament tonight. Let's see here.
Yeah, we have a whole lot.
Absolutely. Starting, it is now 6 o'clock Eastern, so starting right about now, we have over on ALTTPR 2, we have Dragon Strike 1988 versus Solidus, and they are 1 and 2 right now. Starting at 9 o'clock Eastern, so a little bit from now, we will have another undefeated match, Prior 57 versus TGH, over on Speed Gaming 4. New York Rambler and Willard J. Bradley with the call. That's going to be a hype match there.
Don't want to miss that one. I think we're going to go ahead and pull Chris in right now. Welcome, Christos GG.
Hi. Yeah, thanks.
You don't sound exhausted.
I mean, I am. That seed was not fun.
Yeah, tell me what you think about that.
Just gonna file that one in the bin. It's gonna
really
there, and then I've set him fire to it. That was pretty horrible.
I'm really surprised it's not deleted from your machine already.
Yeah, it was a lot of annoying decisions, like an Aga required, and then Pendant Ice leading to Pendant Mire to get GT Big Key. That was pretty special. Yeah, the whole thing was just exhausting.
Yeah, I was yelling at you when you almost went up to Aga and you bailed, you second-guessed yourself. I was like, what are you doing? No, go back, don't tease us like that.
Yeah, like, I figured that was what I had to do, but I was hoping to find items to sequence break, having to do Aga, which was very unlikely, but I was just being thorough, and I know how Slim plays, so
yeah,
I was playing less of my normal game, and just trying to kind of outplay what I know he does, which kind of harmed me more than it helped me with how the seed went.
Funny enough, you guys ended up kind of making the same decisions. There was one point, really, where you made a different decision that kind of put Slim ahead for a bit, but ultimately you pulled ahead.
What
was he went up to Ether Tablet pretty early.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that led to Mire, actually, didn't it?
Yeah, and it kind of drove him away from Ice and Mire at that point.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty bad after I full cleared. Like, when I was fighting Vidi, I was thinking, like, this is not going well. And it was kind of a bit of good fortune that it was GT Big Key at Vidi. Otherwise, I had 3 Pendant dungeons, and I think only Mire was in Eastern, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that wasn't Pendant. I mean, Bombos was in Ice, even.
Yeah.
Other than that, all the Pendants were useless.
You got...
Other than GT Big Key, of course.
Yeah, you got GT Big Key, and then Bombos from Ice Palace. Skullwoods didn't have anything.
Yeah, that was unexpected. So, yeah. Nothing at all in Skullwoods. I think there were a few keys there. I don't remember what they were now, but...
Snorewoods.
Yeah.
So you are 4-0 now.
Now it's time to quit the tournament. It's
never going to end. Yeah.
Quit while I'm ahead.
Now. Yep.
I was going to ask you, the Kakariko was pretty well empty, but you ended up not going there to start off it. You went right through the escape because you pulled that sword. Was that, I mean, that wasn't an initial plan or anything. It was just, oh, I have a sword, boop, and just one right over.
Yeah, that was really good. I assume Slim did the same though.
He did not.
Oh, how long did he delay escape for?
He did all of Kakariko. He went and did Houlihan, went through the south, got some bombs, and did all of Kakariko, and then went up through escape.
Ouch, okay.
So probably 10 minutes in.
I guess he was trying to, like, he knows what I do, so he was like, I'm going to do the opposite.
Exactly.
But
that time. You know, you found boots and a sword that way, so...
Yeah, huge advocate.
I definitely lost him some time there.
Like, opening with Uncle, I think, is the best play. The tree check, which, if it's rupees or bombs, like rupees to buy bombs later in Kakariko, if it's bombs, then you can just pull on it twice and then do escape early on.
Yeah, you abused the heck out of that. You pulled that tree like 3 times.
Yeah. Well, I wanted the thick red rupees, man. But yeah, I made some pretty over
Questionable?
I'm gonna go with conservative decision. Like going back to pod near the end, even though I could have gone to Turtle Rock. I just figured if either pod big key or the other Turtle Rock small key was in pod, then if there was something required in vanilla T-Rock big key chest, then I would have been like completely screwed. And there was like 5 things left in pod for me to check at that point as well. But it was all garbage. And I made a few other mistakes as well. I forgot to get a small key on Desert, and that was haunting me for like 45 minutes until I luckily managed to get Mire and Flute to go back and get it.
So I wanted to ask you about one thing, and now it's completely lost on me. Hey,
Let me know if you remember.
Oh my god! Like I just completely pulled a blank.
Slim, unfortunately, falling to Moldorm. Oh no! He kind of stood there with the.
And twice.
And there he goes again. Oh
But yeah, like it didn't. A lot of things didn't go very well. I triple dipped Eastern, which is very unusual. A double dip was forced, but I could have had bow way earlier.
no! Yeah, I believe Slim only double dipped it.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me, especially when up there. Like that's the annoying thing is I did Hera before Agatawa. He obviously did Agatawa then Hera, so I had the book on his first trip back up there. And yeah, but like going up to Hera without Hera Big Key and then finding it immediately after, doing Skullwoods and then going into Thieves Town and finding Skullwoods Big Key immediately after. Like that happened to me quite a lot in terms of like finding the keys I needed in the next place I went to after just being in that place. So honestly, I wasn't expecting to win towards the end of this. I thought the only thing that would slip Slim up was the GT Big Key. That was lucky. That was my saving grace.
Worried about because he easily could have gotten all the crystals and not gone to Mire. He was just looking for the Eastern or not the Eastern, the Pod Big Key, and obviously the GT Big Key. So I was concerned that he was gonna, go up to Turtle Rock, find the Pod Big Key, and then he would be looking through GT for the Big Key.
Yeah, that's like I kind of thought if you got an early bow, then that would probably be what happened. Yeah. So I guess it's good that he decided to do Mire.
Yeah, I was very happy that he decided to go there.
Mire tends to have a required item pretty much every time I've played a seed in the tournament. Mire's had something that I needed to dive it for.
It just barely did. It was looking grim for a moment.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see just what happens next a week. Moving to the 4-on-4s.
Yeah, so, who are you hoping to get?
I have no idea who's even through. I've taken very little attention to the brackets. I need to have a look. Obviously, idea would be Andy, so that I don't even have to try, but we'll see.
Ooh.
Oh,
shots.
Hear that, Andy? Right here on WWE Raw, Christos talking trash to Andy.
Someone in chat was saying that if that happened, then me and Patty need to commentate, so Patty can crap talk Andy while I crap talk you.
That would be funny. But I think if I do draw Andy, then I'm going to get destroyed. Like, he does Keysanity a lot and actually really likes it, whereas I do it once a week for the tournament and hate it. And he's a lot better at it in general. So I don't expect to beat him if I do roll him.
It would be a fun watch indeed.
Yeah, I'll just have to make all the gambles and hope it pays off. That's going to be my strat.
Slim here, just about to beat Ganon, landing that last silver arrow hit on him.
I think I'm going to wait around for Slim to come in. I want to hear what he has to say about it.
Yeah, I figured you would want to.
I'm really glad I got to play Slim.
Yeah, I'm very excited that I was able to commentate it. It was a lot of fun. Tasia was an awesome co-host. I had a lot of fun.
Oh, Chelsea, you're too modest. You were absolutely amazing and kept it absolutely interesting and entertaining. Christos, I hope you enjoy the restream if you go back and watch it. There are just certain parts that I would ask you to skip through due to certain things being said by Chelsea. Just going to say.
No, I've skipped
Wow, that does
around.
not surprise me.
I don't know why anyone would think that, please. I had nothing but nice things to say.
Uh-huh. It's okay. It's all for the entertainment value.
Well, I was entertained.
Absolutely. I'm still not remembering what I was thinking earlier, but, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter, clearly. Oh, okay, so Kirby did mention kind of at the outset that you were one of the runners that first inspired him actually to take up Randomizer. So has he talked to you about that and how you kind of set him up and got him into this community?
Yeah, like he's mentioned it in the past. He actually tweeted out, just like saying that yesterday, I think. Like I get a few people message me saying like, you were kind of what inspired me to get into it and stuff, which I'm really glad about. Like whoever you watch and get into Rando, it's really cool. Like that when you have tournaments or like exhibition matches or whatever, you get to play these people. So like I said earlier, that's why I was glad to be able to play Slim. Like it's quite a nice low-key, like friendly competitive match rather than a like me versus Ben, where it's like very competitive. I didn't feel like I would have been pretty happy if I'd lost either way. It'd be nice to have seen Slim proceed.
Yeah, it all felt in good fun, which was very refreshing and nice.
Is there anyone that you don't want to see in the next round?
Let me look at the bracket real quick. Hold on.
Someone
no, that's
posted
fine.
it in chat earlier. It looks like the 4-0s are Andy, Elminster, Pika Pals, Someone 325, Isn't Even My Final Form, Zelga Disan, Troopster, and this one weirdo called ChristosOwen, I think?
Oh, you butchered that name. I mean...
Well, if last week was anything to go by, then Christos is correct.
And here we have SlimKirby. G, good job.
Oh, thank you very much. Hold on.
Yo, good games, man.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, GG for sure. That was quite a marathon of a seed.
Wasn't it just?
What were your thoughts on this seed as a whole?
Well, honestly, and I know that I'm going to be probably in the minority here, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. I kind of like these long-winded seeds just because I feel like in these types of seeds, I think I have a more of an advantage because I tend to try to go for 100% anyway. So it just kind of gives me more free range of gambles to make and stuff of that nature. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that this was the seed I got, considering who my competitor was here.
The interesting part was that it felt like, and this is going to be a two-part question. I'll let you answer after the first part. It felt like you were making a lot of gambles kind of as you were going through the seed. Some of the low percentage things, your early gamble to Agina's Cave, kind of delaying going up Aganim's Tower as long as you could. A lot of low percentage plays that you were hoping would pay off there at the end. Was that your plan the whole time, knowing that maybe Christos had a execution advantage over you?
Oh, for sure. I know that Christos has amazing execution, and me being someone who doesn't, speedrun Link to the Past at all, I just kind of got on board last year with Randomizer. I knew that I was going to have a very, very big disadvantage when it came to execution, so I knew that if I had to make up time anywhere, it was through gambles. So that's what I tried to focus on. Some, I think, definitely paid out, and others definitely didn't. But that's the way it is. You just really don't know what Randomizer is going to give you.
So here's the second part of that. Christos actually did exactly everything that you did. You were just a little bit behind him.
Of course.
The point at which it switched, and this was a major turning point where we thought that you might make up quite a bit of time, is when after you defeated Agahnim, you went up and got the bow from the ether tablet, and it was an amazing moment because Christos avoided that for a little bit. We were like, maybe he has a shot. And then he went up there like 15 minutes later, and he was still efficient, and I was like, oh, well, okay, never mind then.
I was actually hoping that, because that was a time during that race where I felt like, I could be doing really well right now, because I figured that Ether was kind of a bit of a gamble, considering I think that and Spike Cave were the only things I went up for at that point. But like that book was just giving me all the information I needed to know, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just take advantage of this, and that paid off. And then I thought I also struck gold when I found the fire rod, so I'm like, well, maybe I should go to Skull Woods then. But then Skull Woods didn't pay off. But so, it's kind of been back and forth on the gambles, it seems like.
Yeah, for the most part, it was really hard to tell who truly was in the lead. The main thing that kind of set Chris ahead was once he found that GT big key. It was like, all right, this is huge for him. I was concerned, and I said this to Chris, that you weren't going to go to Mire. I thought that, you had everything you needed to get all the crystals as soon as you found that pod big key. So I was worried, once I saw that, or I think it was even before we saw the pod big key in Turtle Rock, I was concerned that it was going to be there and you were just going to, get all 7 crystals and start searching through Ganon's tower for the big key.
Yeah, GT big key completely bailed me out, pretty much. Because I didn't have bow at that point, and after that I had just like really awful single locations to check. So that really kind of made my dive into Mire not worthless. I honestly didn't think I was going to win that with how things went. I did like a triple dip of Eastern. I went there without the bow, found the shovel, got the fire rod, then did Skullwoods, then did Ice Palace, then did Mire, and then like eventually later on found the bow, and then did my return trip there, and then also went back into pod without the pod big key as well.
Ooh, okay.
And I also did Skullwoods before Thieves Town, so found Skullwoods big key, like in Thieves Town, had to go back to Skullwoods.
Yeah, I did
like
that
I
too.
just kept finding the keys afterwards. It was really frustrating. But my early game was really solid, like finding boots and sword instantly. Just like everything went in my favor pretty much until the mid game, and then I feel like it would have been pretty difficult to have played that seed well. Like, sure, when you know everything is, you could do a lot better, but like with how it played out, like it was a long seed no matter what you did, I think, pretty much.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like, I mean, book on Lumberjack of all things, like that's just one of those things where it's like, well, I don't really want to worry about this because I may just end up with the other items I need to get to Desert, and who knows if the tablets are going to have anything. But then, like, once I started getting all the Agahnim items, I'm like, okay, I'm going to skip all these single locations that I have and just go straight for Agahnim, and that's, I'm glad I did that. I'm really glad I did that because I would have wasted so much time otherwise.
I wish I did that. I got halfway to the bridge and then was like, you know what? Let's go check everything else first.
Oh gosh.
Which was really frustrating when I eventually had to do it. Like, I knew there wasn't going to be any, but like it was slim chances of me being able to sequence break it because I didn't have mitts or mirror or the flute. So to get over to Desert without book was, really slim. But yeah, I can't remember exactly what I did, but I did like a bunch of single locations. I think I went up to Hera. Actually, that's what I did as well, without the Hera big key.
We were yelling at you the entire time.
Yep.
It's like, we know where it is. Just go.
I believe it. We had Desert big key, we had boots, we had a lamp, we had the gloves, we knew where the book was, and the small key. Like, we had everything to full clear it. But I was also trying to just like be thorough, because I know what you are likely to do. So I was trying to just do what I thought you would do, so that even if it was the wrong like play, it means I can kind of rely on execution and hopefully make up some time. But yeah, so I think Chelsea said earlier that our routes were really quite similar, which doesn't surprise me because I was trying to do what I know you do.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of tried to implement that as well in my gameplay. And in fact, I actually kind of took a little bit of a different approach where I tried not to play normally like I do. Normally I try to go for dungeons as soon as possible, but I tried to stick to overworld a little more, which didn't really pay off as much in this particular seed. It just kind of was a lot of just dungeon items, it seemed like. So it's cool that I was apparently on the same route as you, but like, yeah, unfortunately that probably didn't pay off as much as I wanted it to.
Yeah, it was certainly interesting. You guys were both just kind of like trying to metagame each other the entire time, which made for a very interesting race.
But I'm glad it's over.
Yep, you can go trash this, burn this seed, do whatever it is you need so you can, cleanse the palate. But finally, one last shout out to ChristosOwen and SlimKirby. If you have not followed them yet on Twitch here, what are you guys doing with your lives? Please go follow them here on Twitch. Any last comments here from either of you?
Not so much. Just good luck in the next round, Slim. I think so. That means you're 3-1 now, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I'll be rooting for you to get 4-1, so you can get into the playoff race. I hope you make it.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. As for me, I just want to say that it was definitely an honor racing with you. I say this to a lot of people, but you're the reason why I got into not only Randomizer but this community in general. So it was just it was a lot of fun to race you, and honestly, I was a lot closer than I thought I would get in this race. So it was a lot of fun, and definitely best of luck to you in your next match as well.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks to both of you for putting up an awesome race. Slim, you put up a heck of a fight. So I'm very happy I was able to be involved with this. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to Vitasia for joining me today. I enjoyed it. As I think we did say what was coming up for the next matches on Speed Gaming. So unless Vitasia has anything else to say...
No, just reminder, Prior 57 versus TGH over on Speed Gaming 4 at 9 o'clock Eastern. Also, a shout out to Donning Arc, our tracker, Fiesel, of course, for the restream, and Chelsea, it's been so much fun commentating with you. I hope we can do this again. This has just been a blast.
I agree. I had a lot of fun. With that, I think we're going to sign off. I will see you all the next time. Have a good night, everyone.
Enjoy, everyone. See you later.